It's time for the Roving Reporter Report. Let's see what cool events and updates our super talented group of reporters has in store for us today. All right here on the Diabetes Champions Network.
This is Terrence Teixeira reporting for the Diabetes Champions Network from Glasgow. So over the past weekend, I spent a great 3 days at the Animas Sports Weekend, which was an awesome time to share and learn and try out new things with other Type 1s. What was really neat about this weekend was the first day we were taught all these new and different techniques by different medical professionals, and then Saturday we were given the opportunity to try out everything we learned in a very safe environment. So we could change around our different basal rates, we could eat more, we could try out all these new things, different activities that we would never done before. I gave Pilates a try for the first time, which was great. We did some long distance running, some cycling, some high endurance activities as well. And it was just great to have the support network that was there to try out something that you might not otherwise do. And as I learned over the weekend, Type 1 diabetics are 1/3 less likely to actually do any type of physical activity because they're scared of going hypo. They're scared of going low and not having that environment, not knowing what to do to help bring their sugars back up. So this was a great opportunity for all of us to learn and to try out new things. And just to give you guys a bit of an insight, it's a couple things that I learned. I'd say my top 3 things that I learned. The first one being that living with Type 1, essentially you're an experiment of one. And there's no one else like you. And everything that we learn and we teach each other and we share, you need to kind of bring all that information back and adapt it to your own individualized diabetes management strategies. The second thing which I learned, which was really quite neat, was the fact that if you do some sprints or you do really high intense, really quick activities for about a minute, that's actually going to bring your blood sugar up. So I had no idea about that, and that's really giving me some insight into some of my training that I do compared to my long distance running. And then when I do short, quick bursts, my blood sugars actually rise. And we learned that on Friday, and then Saturday we were given a chance to try it out, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm going to come back and incorporate that into my training regime. And the third thing that I thought was really interesting was the impact of insulin on your blood sugar based on whether your sugars might be high because of carbs or whether it's something hormonal, such as you're anxious or you're nervous. So we all have our ratios for when we want to bring our sugars down. But actually, if you're at that particular number and you're high because you're anxious or you're nervous, you don't need as much insulin to bring that down. So if you use your normal correction factor, you might actually go quite a bit lower than you thought. So gearing up for me for some competitions, sometimes I get a bit nervous, and I've used my correction factor and I drop like a stone. So after learning some of these new things, moving forward, I'm going to adapt that as well. And if I'm ever nervous or anxious and I'm high, I'll just lower my correction factor a bit. So it was an amazing weekend. I want to thank Animas because they put it all together and it was fantastic. Met 50 other Type 1s from across the UK and Ireland. It's a fantastic weekend. I learned a lot, and hopefully you got something out of this too. Have a good one.